I say it again. Good morning, Infinity. All right. Good to see you all in the place here today. Those who are on the way, those who are joining us online on our Infinite Life stream. This is the call to gather. And so, as we began today's service, as we began to put ourselves into a frame and a space for consciousness that we have today in the opening of the way, I invite you in this moment to simply allow your eyes to gently close as we invite you into a brief meditation of stillness. To give yourself this moment of realignment, a moment of divine recognition that we are here, that we are present, that we are what we consider ourselves in our minds to be alive. And we are alive because we're breathing. Giving thanks that as we breathe in and breathe out slowly, in this moment we are conscious of the life force that animates us, and yet in most days and in most ways we don't have to be conscious because the breath takes care of itself. And yet in this moment, we invite the recognition and the awareness of this gift called breath. On the slow inhale, a gentle hold when full, and a slow exhale, and a gentle hold when empty. Simply paying attention to how this breath feels and moves through us. Replacing the word breath with ashe, with prana, with life force, with spirit, with gratitude. On the inhale and the exhale, each breath in becoming a little more full, each exhale becoming a little more complete. Inviting sounds and thoughts to pass into our consciousness and exit in the exhale without a need to judge, without a need to analyze. And instead of focusing on the doing, we focus on the being. Inhaling in, exhaling out, as we allow the chimes of the singing bowl to align our consciousness in this moment, to prepare us to acknowledge the conscious awareness of the presence of the divine. Something that we are already doing by simply breathing. And now, from this space of alignment and awareness, we invite all heads to bow and all hearts to open as we turn our attention to the God of your acceptance and understanding. Does that energy, does that force, does that power have a name? Does it have a culture? Does it have a background? Does it have experiences with you? If so, recall those in an acknowledgement of its presence, not its distance, but its presence with you right now. We speak these words aloud as we pour energy into realignment for manifestation. Divine Source, we give thanks today in this moment. We're so grateful to have gathered here for the Infinity Fellowship. We're so grateful to be here in this place that we call the Infinity Center. We're so grateful to be in alignment with community for those who have gathered here in the place physically, for those who are streaming in with us online. We are grateful for those who are on the way here in transit. We are grateful for those who will hear this and see this on the replay. We are grateful. Mostly, we are grateful for this opportunity to acknowledge your awareness right now, and to acknowledge that you are always with us every single step of the way. As we open our hearts right now to you, as we open our hearts in celebration and in gratitude, we give thanks. We give thanks for the physical body. We give thanks for the renewed health. We give thanks for the struggles and the obstacles that we acknowledge have happened during this week. For some of us, it has been a fill in the blank kind of week. And we acknowledge that that happens from time to time. And yet we get to approach it with a renewed vigor when we come in gratitude and open this door. And so we give gratitude for this space after 10 years of enlightenment, this space of love, this space of power, this space of joy. We give thanks and acknowledge those who have requested that we send out affirmative prayer in their direction. For those who are dealing with embracing loss, we send energy to them in this moment right now, that they will find comfort in community. For those who are on the individual journey of putting spirituality into practice on a daily basis, may they understand that signs and symbols and words and acknowledgments come from people in all kinds of surprise places. So we send a spiritual shout out to the people at the gas station who came up and approached people and said, you know, when they're feeling low, I see you shining. Shout out to the people who themselves noticed that someone's head was down and looked at them and pointed at them and said, I see you. Shout out to those who recognized that they were in a low space and had to step outside and take their shoes off and reground with this atmosphere and this universe. Shout out to those who are in the hospital rooms, those who are in the funeral homes, those who are in the retirement centers, those who are in the homes and homebound. We send this energy to them, that their minds will be placed at ease in knowing that they are in alignment with community. We send love up to the city of Murfreesboro, to Sister Angie Treese. We know that she is on her road to recovery up there, and we give thanks that we were able to stop in, speak a word and lay hands and proclaim radiant and powerful recovery and health there. May she know, as this booms into her room in Murfreesboro, that everybody around will be infected, effected, and affected by the good, loving, healing energy. And we proclaim today that something good is shared. We speak a special covering, a covering of wonderful, prophetic, powerful fire over our speaker today, Reverend Dr. Mitch Johnson. We give thanks publicly in a proclaiming way for the power that he will share with us, for his heart that has been open. We've seen his energy in manifestation for the work that he's done for several decades and lifting people up. When we speak that that energy will fall down on us and be absorbed in a powerful way that will continue to transform everyone who is here to hear this message today. We give thanks for all of our service engineers and all of our volunteers and all of the people who have showed up in the place to say, yes, we are present, and we proclaim the good. We proclaim the good today, and we know that everything is in alignment. And so, for these things and for others that we cannot put into words, we simply take a deep breath in together in gratitude, and we exhale and release it in expectation. We speak it as such, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. And so it is. Let us prepare for our pouring of libations. Absolutely. Y'all come on in as we open the doors. Come on in, family. Find seats. We're pleased today to be able to stand as we have opened the portal to the God of your acceptance and understanding. Our next step is to pour out some libations. Some of our people coming in a little bit later today, I understand they may have been pouring out some libations last night and poured out a little bit too much. So it's okay. It's okay. Just keep on coming. Come on in the way. We know that that's part of the tradition. When we were hanging out there in the streets and the corners, people would open it up and pour a little bit off the top for those who aren't here. And that's an ancient tradition. Here we pour water that represents the living into the earth. That represents what happens to these earth suits when we no longer can wear them. And when we do that, we recognize and complete the cycle of divine energy. And we say the word Ashe, which means, and so it is. It is also a proclamation of spirit and of breath. So as we pour our libations today, I want you to begin to think about those in your family, those in your friend circle who have transitioned to the space of life after life. When we recognize this energy in church, we would say absence in the body is presence with the Lord. We also know scientifically that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. And so we acknowledge their presence with us today as we acknowledge their words. As we pour this water, we say, cool water, freshen our spirits, Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this space for the spiritual work that we do today, Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together around the world, Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation, Ashe. Do grant to us peace and prosperity, Ashe. And we pour to the cardinal directions, the cardinal direction of the north, which represents being a yes today. You showed up today, so your spirit is saying yes. And we all know that it is always better to have a yes spirit than a no spirit, Ashe. And we pour to the energies of the south in the recognition of who we are and whose we are, Ashe. To the wonderful energy of the rising sun of the east. Lord, it's hot outside, y'all. I'm so grateful for this brand new air conditioning Freon. Oh, Lord. When we saw that sun come up, we recognize, we give gratitude where we find it. We give gratitude in knowing that the sun came up today, y'all. So whatever happened yesterday, what happened last night, what happened this morning when it was dark, doesn't matter. The sun's telling you you got a new shot to do it again. So don't drag anything from your past into the right now, Ashe. And to the setting sun, the energy of the west, knowing that even as the sun goes down, we're granted by the universe the moon and stars. So even in your darkest time, it may come from somewhere that you don't expect, but we're always given light in the darkness, Ashe. From that to the Lakota tradition of a fifth direction, the ground below us. May you always be grounded in who you are and whose you are, knowing that as you put roots down, the trees may bend in the storm, but it is always better to bend than it is to break, Ashe. To the sky above us, that blank landscape of no thing from which some things always arrive and come from. May you always allow yourself, as the poet Langston Hughes said, to let your mind wander as you wander, Ashe. And finally, to the seventh direction, the direction that is Grand Central Station for all of those other directions where they all meet. And that's the point of your heart. So in this space of your heart, may it always be in the tradition of Ma'at, as light as the feather. Inhale and exhale, Ashe. At this point, we want to invite you to call aloud the names of those ancestors that you want to remember that pop into your consciousness, knowing that as we call their names, they continue to live. Because people only experience death when we forget who they are and we don't remember the story. So if a name pops in your head curiously, you're like, where'd that come from? That's just that spirit, that energy saying, hey, remember me. Don't forget about what I taught you. So from your family, from your community, in the chat, of course, we love to see the chat come alive with you typing a name or two you want to remember. And those of you who are at home who like to call aloud names in this moment and pour some water out on the deck while you're watching Infinity, at this time, go ahead and call those names aloud. Ashe. Finally, we pour in recognition to the children in the womb, in the world, and yet unborn. And we say together, Ashe, 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 oh. All right, it is done. Let's get a universal round of applause. Let's get this energy going in here. Clapping and loving on this space today. We absolutely love it. We are here. Y'all look absolutely amazing. I'm seeing my young people in here. Y'all looking amazing. I'm hearing that y'all are having some great academic achievements as well, extracurricular achievements as well. We know we're going to get some good standing ovations later on in the place here. This is where we welcome our first-time visitors to Infinity Fellowship. If you are a first-time visitor, of course, in the chat, fill out the form that is now going into the chat, or fill out the QR code that you see on your screen. This QR code will give you an opportunity to just say hello to us, and we can say hello to you. And by holding that up, there's a small form that you fill out. It's brief. So don't be shy about filling it out. We give you an opportunity to get to know us. And then on first Sundays, when we welcome you, we absolutely do give you an awesome gift. And we love to gift you with something to let you know that we are thinking about you. So again, hit that QR code, hit the link that's in the chat, and that's how we will get to know you. This may be your first physical time at Infinity, but we like to let you know that we see who you truly are. You're not a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You're a spirit navigating the human experience. So at this point, if there's anybody in the audience who is our first time visitor in the physical space here, we'd ask for you to just rise for a second. And we got our great first, our speaker for today. So y'all got to snap them up, give them some stats to get them, Reverend Dr. Mitch. So we're going to give you a gift, Reverend Mitch, so that you can have this as a representation and a memory of Infinity Fellowship. And it's also, we like to give you something functional that you can use as well. We take that with you. And so we appreciate you. And we thank you. Y'all give snaps for our visitors here and online. All right. So thank you. You can be seated. And if y'all just extend your hands in the direction there toward Reverend Mitch and toward anybody else. And this is how we say welcome at Infinity, y'all. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. And visitors, you can say it with us or you can just receive it. But this is how we say welcome to Infinity. Send this energy in direction and say, I see you. But you don't hear me, though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me. where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you, we're with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. I say, oh, we're going to sing good morning, y'all. We're going to sing good morning and say one thing that we're grateful for. So we're going to invite you to stand up as we say good morning. And this is also how we say a greeting. Lady Kanitha is going to lead us in. After we sing a first verse, find somebody, two people, and tell them one thing you're grateful for. Come on. Good morning to you. Let me hear you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 a da 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 a da 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 da. All right, let's make ourselves around the room. Find two people, introduce yourself, and tell them one thing that you're grateful for. Let's go. Hey, online, put one thing that you're grateful for in the space today. Come on.
A good morning to you.
Come on, let's do it.
Good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, all of you live streamers that are on right now. And I know you're putting some things in the chat about the gratitude that you feel. All my young people who are watching, tell your parents that you want to type something in so we can generate this goodness. We say da 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 da. Good da da da. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Lady Kanitha. Y'all give us some snaps. Give it up, give it up, give it up. All right, y'all, it's that time at Infinity. It is offering time. Yes. We are cheering in this place because this is when we take that energy into our sacred moment of giving. This is our sacred moment of action where we affirm the powerful frequency of giving in this space. Of course, you can give via Cash App, you can give via PayPal, you can give via mail. We have a slide for that. If you're in the place, we also give at the altar here in our A basket. A is for action, is also for abundance. And we know what abundance really means. It means a healthy body. It means purpose, life that you love, work that is so great that it is play, not work. It means a healthy body. Oh, man, for a healthy body. Lord, 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 Lord. And it means relationships, as Sister Edwin Gaines would say, that works all the time, right? Ah, my. We can stay on that one right there, but we won't today. But we're gonna stay on that one all year because this is the year of divine development. As we get this energy going today, we want to make sure that we give you an opportunity to pour back in to the space that pours into us. We love the space of infinity. We are grateful for everything that we continue to put into the universe, and most importantly, for the growth that you're seeing in your lives. That is most important. And that comes from a frequency of giving. It comes from recognizing that we get the opportunity. As Sister Lisa reminds us, we don't got to give, we get to give. We get to change that E and that O out, and that gives us a lot of power. So as we are in this offering space today, we want to remind you that during the offering, you also have a moment to put in your standing ovations. So I'm going to give you the early warning on standing ovations as well. If you got a scan in the back of the room, or we'll put a link in the chat while we're giving as well, go ahead and get that ready so we can share your standing ovation. As we get ready to give today, we really want to give consciously. And we don't just put energy into the universe without making sure that we proclaim it in a certain frequency vibration. So as you have your devices or your checkbook or your big money stack roll, whatever you've got, to put together, I won't judge your resources, whatever you got, whatever is in your heart today, whatever in your consciousness today, we know that we are on a great journey. I will say again that I am very grateful to be a part of a spiritual community where people are not giving out of guilt, but they're giving out of alignment. And it's so beautiful. I was laughing with Star earlier today. We were talking about temperature and feeling the chill in here. And oh, we're so grateful for a brand new compressor. We're so grateful for Freon. And we're grateful for somebody who's going to figure out how to reuse the Freon that they drained and then put back in at $170 per gallon. I don't know how they do that, but somebody's going to figure that out. That's somebody's calling in the universe. And when you discover it, please let us know. So in the future, we can figure that out. But either way, it's great to have the resources, y'all. And it's great to see things shape and change and grow at infinity. And that is because of the giving frequency vibration. So as we get ready to give, we are definitely going to give with intention. And if you are at home, we invite you to join us. We see you sharing the stream. We love it. We're seeing the comments. We're seeing Tashana. We're seeing Sadler. We're seeing a lot of people coming in. Say hello in the chat. During our offering, say hello. Start letting people know what you're grateful for. Let's get that energy up. Let's share that link in that stream, and let's get up and give it. So if you rise to your feet, we're going to say our offertory affirmation together and supercharge this offering today. And as we do that, we're going to proclaim that everything is good, yes. Right? So just say that part with me. Say, everything is good.
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 I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it good.
I got it good.
Okay, you remember that word because it's coming back in a minute. Yes. So let's take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, release it. And let's say together our offertory affirmation, which is on the screen. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely, with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Yes, we get to give at this time. This is the moment where we give. If you'd like to get a cup of coffee, if you'd like to get something there, go ahead and take that moment. Everything is good. Everything is good. And if you need an envelope, we'll give you one from the back. Hey, everything is good and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good.
Hey, yeah. Everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good and I've got it. I've got it, oh, I've got it good.
All right, if you want to put it in the basket, we'll have it right down front. You can bring it to the basket and place it right in here to the basket on my right or left.
Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good, and I've got it.
right, we can be seated. We can be seated. Get it up, give it up, give it up in the snap department. All right, that's awesome, y'all. All right. So we're getting ready for our standing ovations. But in preparation for standing ovations, we invite you. This is your 2-minute warning to get it in, folks. We're going to put that QR code on the screen. I'm also going to put it in the chat. I absolutely know personally that we've got some awesome standing ovations coming up. Now, standing ovation is something good that has happened to you since we got together as a result of spiritual practice. Hey, Nadia, how you doing? I see that little face back there. Oh my gosh, this sweet little baby. I'm loving these babies in here. Standing ovation is an accomplishment that you've made that we can shout you out for. And again, all you got to do is fill out that little QR code. You can hold your phone up if you're watching us on YouTube, or you can go to the jot form that is in the chat, and we can shout you out in a moment. To begin, we want to say welcome to May, the 5th month in the year of divine development. What happened to this year? We're 5 months in. Our daily mantra, as you see on your screen, is I am powered by love and guided by vision. Let's say it together. I am powered by love and guided by vision. This is the year that we continue to develop our personal and institutional infrastructure in a powerful way. So we're grateful for the opportunity to stand as a community for spiritual growth. I want to remind us all that just as the screen on my right says, this is the month that we are focusing on the theme, you're headed for self-construction. Every Sunday we have been talking about messages from that theme. This Sunday is not going to be any different because we've got a great and wonderful teacher and speaker who is absolutely in alignment with this theme. Our downloads, our themes this month have focused on the spiritual process of getting yourself together, getting yourself in divine order. So if you're ready to take your spiritual practice to the next level, please take notes on Sundays, put the practices into action, and watch yourself manifest the fruit you desire to see. I am pleased to announce that Infinity has been asked to be a part of a very special event that is coming up. How many people have seen the movie Sinners? Raise your hand if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, y'all need to go to the movie tonight or tomorrow to see it because we're participating in a forum that's going to be held at Scarrett Bennett that is hosted by the Reverend Kelly X, the Director of Racial Justice Ministries at Scarrett Bennett. That will also feature the great Saul Williams. If y'all know the poet Saul Williams, he's an amazing talent going back to slam in the 90s, and I'm telling my age, and it's okay because I'm grateful to be here. But Brother Saul Williams played the preacher in the movie, in the Ryan Coogler film. So yes, the preacher who is getting the son to come, I won't give it away, but it's going to be a powerful conversation on the movie Sinners and the rhythm of Black spirituality, and yours truly will be participating. So Infinity, show up, get there, and reserve your seat because they want to make sure they get a good count for people. It's in the Harambe Auditorium. So if you've ever been to Scarrett Bennett over by Vanderbilt, you know, it's a beautiful campus. So make your way to Harambe Auditorium this Tuesday at 6:00 p.m. Get there early. Don't meet me there, beat me there. And we're going to make sure that we pack the house out. If you're watching Infinite Life Stream, they are working on trying to stream it. If they can't stream it, it will replay on Scarrett Bennett's site the next day. But we want to make sure that we're there for this live discussion. There were a lot of things in that film, a lot of very powerful spiritual themes as well, all hidden and wrapped up in a horror movie or vampire theme movie. So for you sci-fi and vampire folks, you know, hey, it's okay. Lady Kenitha's not necessarily a vampire person, and she enjoyed it. So how about that? We're going to take you back to the old school and bring you up to it. Next week, y'all, is Yoga Sunday. And yes, it will be virtual. We appreciate those who practice with us in the virtual space. We're looking forward to having you again for Virtual Yoga Sunday because it's just a wonderful way for us to practice at home and move into getting our bodies in motion. We know that these earth suits are here. They have a temporary time period that they're here, but we want to make sure that that temporary is as joyful and permanent as possible. So I invite everybody to not neglect Yoga Sunday. Don't take Yoga Sunday off. and say, this is brunch Sunday. If you get into yoga Sunday, you'll feel better when you go to brunch afterwards. So our new 10-4 practice is in the chat. It's always in the band app. So make sure you take advantage of that. I did my 10-4 this morning before I came in, and that's why I'm off the chain this morning, but I'm measuring it because I know we got good things to get to for the Q&A. But this is a wonderful moment for us. Next week, Yoga Sunday, a moving meditation where we get our bodies involved with our minds and our spirits. Ashe? Ashe. Special announcement, and I will try to describe it because Lady Kenitha usually describes this much better than me. Corks and Conversations is returning for married couples. Reservations are open. Corks and Conversations is a marriage support date night activity open to any married couple in the city of Nashville. Whether you've been married 30 minutes or if you married 30 minutes and come right to Course of Conversations, I'm afraid there's not much help we can give you. You imagine that if we just got married and say, okay, we're going to the honeymoon. Well, I want to go to Courts and Conversations first. Okay, well, you go on and go there and have a good time. But Courts and Conversations, whether you've been married 30 years or 30 minutes, if you got friends, you got people in the neighborhood y'all know it is a wonderful event. It is a ton of fun. Conversations that happen here stay here, and you get a lot of support for your relationship in here. This is in person, so Corks and Conversations is in person. We'd like you to let us know you're coming. The QR code that you have on the screen, if you hold up your phone, it will allow you to reserve one ticket. All you need is one ticket for your couple, and then you've got that. So make sure you get that so we can send that energy into the universe. And we also say that this is in person, but we are developing an online version of Corks and Conversation as well as finally, this is the year, Divine Development, a long-awaited singles version of Corks and Conversations. And I don't think we got to have somebody to moderate that right, so Courts and Conversations is a great conversation in quiet place, in a safe place. What happens in Courts and Conversations stays there, of course. So when the single folks get together, I'm looking forward to probably not hearing a report about it, except for, hey, it was good. We know it's going to be good. We also want to remind you that Love and Light is on every Wednesday night, our midweek online members gathering. That is in the band app. So if you've joined and not accepted the invitation, please accept the invitation and get on Wednesday nights. They have some powerful discussions. I got a report on Thursday or Friday that, again, Wednesday night's conversation was just off the chain. I keep hearing so many good things about it, and I'm grateful because members get to come in and everybody just chats. You get a chance to interact, talk about the themes that we teach, and also unpack some wonderful things like emotion and spiritual practice, and it's just community. So do not miss this opportunity to get that community and get it here as we need to. So that's in the band app with Terrell and Tashana Lindsley, who are always glowing and always knowing and always showing. Yes, a reminder that we do have First Sundays in person. In person, we are First Sundays, except for this special service today, which we invited a lot of people to come to, either online or in the space. But we are here on First Sundays in person. So invite somebody the first Sunday in June to come. And then we're virtual on the second, third, and fourth Sundays. Ashe? All right, sending a shout out in the chat to Dr. Courtney Williams, to Dr. Tiffany Smith, to everybody's getting doctorates. I love this. We have this educational kind of energy and affinity that is very, very powerful, that people are always moving to that self-improvement space. So at this point, let us bring back up Lady Kenitha Carr, who is shining in her wonderful outfit today. Got her hair whipped. She got it laid.
Got it laid?
Yeah, she got it laid. Give me a little bit extra. If you got anything left over, help a brother out. I can use
Standing ovation.
Standing ovations. She's not gonna let me mess with her too much today. I see it. Yes.
So, all initiative comes from our practice of SNAP. It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys. That's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week. That's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives. That's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of that progress in our lives. And y'all know that is the proof. So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So when your name is called, please stand as I read aloud our manifestation. Of course, you all can do this at home as well. You can stand at home. When I finish each person's ovations, we will all snap our fingers to celebrate and affirm them. And then at the very end, we're going to give an out of this world standing ovation.
Out of this world standing ovation. We're in there. I see there's some inquiry in the chat asking if Michael B. Jordan will be a surprise guest at the Forum on Tuesday. I can't speak for him. I can't tell you. I'm not surprised. It would be a surprise, but I would say show up and see, just in case.
Everybody will show.
And for those of you, you may not want to miss out. You just never know who may show up and who may not. But I can't guarantee that he will. I can't guarantee that he won't. That would be something else, wouldn't it? That'd be awesome. So focus your law of attraction energy on that which you like to manifest. And we shall see and witness it together. Our first standing ovation is for Sister Star Malone in the back. Give her some snaps, y'all. Star, says, my family has had so many wonderful things that are happening to and for us. Last Wednesday, a prayer was answered for my family in early 2026. I will be a first-time homeowner through Habitat for Humanity Nashville. I'm excited to start my journey. Today is also my oldest daughter's 20th birthday.
Oh, yes, Kalia, 20. Good. Kyle was like, what?
I know, okay? I know.
Oh, my goodness.
She has made us extremely proud through her transition from childhood to young adulthood. Also, this coming Wednesday, May 21st, I will have 2 graduates. Kamara will be graduating Maplewood High School with her high school diploma and her certified clinical medical assistant certification. She is headed to Austin P this fall. Lastly, Cassidy, we know you're down there, Cassidy, will be graduating from elementary to middle. I am so proud and excited for the things to come for this family's future. And I want to thank you, Reverend Jeff and Sister Kenitha. Y'all have stood in the gap and uplifting our family. You took us in as your own family. I love and appreciate y'all. We, Star, you family, baby. To see this expansion and growth. We got a preview of the news on the house, and we were upstairs shouting like it was church. We probably scared the kids downstairs because we were just, oh my goodness. What a standing ovation. How about that? All right, birthday song. What do we do?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. I love it. All right, Sister Keita Thomas, go on and stand up so we can snap for you. On May 7th, I was presented with a proclamation from the mayor's office for my work and service in my school building. Come on, proclamation. Proclamation.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. Go ahead, Sister Keita.
From the mayor's office.
Come on now. You know, they know. Now you know.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. All right, Zora Brown. Zora's downstairs. She's downstairs. I am nearing the end of my first year of high school and beginning of my 15th year of life.
Oh.
When's the birthday?
Oh.
The 27th. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Oh, I love it. All right, Sister Cassidy Malone.
Cassidy.
And I love it because when the kids fill out the stand ovation
Yes.
forms, y'all, that knows that you know that they've developed the attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
And what we teach is stand ovations. If you can be happy for someone else, you tune yourself to that frequency for the universe to
Yes.
be happy for you. Cassidy Malone says, I am so happy,
Oh, yes.
so happy
So happy.
that my big sister is turning 20 today and it's her birthday
Oh, that
too.
is
So
so-
affirmation from the sister.
That is so sweet.
That is
Oh,
sweet.
Cassidy.
Oh, Terrence Brown, come on and stand. We gave you your
Terrence.
birthday shout out
Woo.
this month. I celebrated another year around the sun this week
Woo-hoo.
and got to spend some much needed unplugged time with my wonderful wife, who curated an amazing birthday weekend full of experiences,
Ooh,
first time
curated.
experiences at a spa. At the spa.
Oh.
You were brought into the esoteric circle of the spa, brother. Believe me, I know. I remember my first time. It was like y'all been holding out. Oh, y'all didn't tell us about all of this. Yeah, I was like, thank you. I'm also celebrating another month of self-employment. And as I see the tithing trends, I'm finding that God is constantly showing up again and again as Jehovah Jireh, my provider, as we surrender to the practice of tithing and submission,
Yes.
casting all our cares to Him. Come on now,
Woo.
shout with it.
Yes.
We know it works. It works. Taylor Lindsley from online.
Hi, Taylor.
Yes, exactly,
Nandi.
Nandi.
She said, hi, Taylor.
I know,
Yes.
she knows.
Nandi.
I love, man, these babies. I will be done with fifth grade next. She didn't say I'd be completed. She said I will be done.
Done. Okay.
I will be done with fifth grade next week and will be attending the award ceremony.
Oh, well, hello.
They're grateful for that. Thank you for RSVPing,
Yes.
Taylor. We appreciate that. I am going to middle school next year, and I signed up for band
Oh, my
to
goodness.
try the drums or the flute.
Oh.
You got some musicians in here.
What growing up.
Sister Destiny Muhammad, the harpist with the hood from the Bay Area. The Destiny Muhammad Quintet has been invited to headline the Harrodsburg Jazz Festival in June 2025. Headline! Sister, send us some of that info. Send us where the festival is. Let us look it up because we could use a little trip or vacation to come see some and hear some good music. Tashana and Terrell Lindsley.
Yes.
They are in Warner Robins, Georgia. They said, we want to thank Infinity Fellowship for giving us the opportunity to host and fellowship every Wednesday in Love and Light. Congratulations, everyone, for showing up every week for 2 years now. 2 years celebration. And that's what was going to be my standing ovation. 2 years of love and light with the Lindsleys. We appreciate and love you all so much. Let's continue to have meaningful conversations every week, sending love and light. And we send it to y'all. That was going to be my standing ovation list on here. The 2 years, y'all, in May 2023. They took on the charge.
Yes, and consistently.
I threw it on their shoulders and they didn't buckle. So the universe wanted y'all and y'all stepped up and you've been consistent every single Wednesday with the support of people who can be there when you're not. And as a result, we got something that is a part of the infrastructure of Infinity. We love y'all and we send y'all that energy and appreciation. And finally, we have Brother Tony I. Tony is in the back on our tech. Tony says, I got cast in an Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy touring company. I was supposed to start in June, but they asked me to step in for next weekend, going over my lines after service. That's what he says. All right, we love it, brother. He's going over his lines after service. I saw the thing say right now, but he's going over after service.
Oh, my goodness.
How about it, Tony? Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Look at all these standing ovations, y'all. That was great. What did we do, Mama?
Okay, well, and also we have
we got a
something to share
couple.
with
A few.
for Kai and Kamaria. There's been a whole bunch of stuff that's been going on, but yesterday we were able to do the Lejam's sponsorship luncheon.
Their annual
And so
luncheon.
they're a part of that organization, and they did such a wonderful job with their speeches and paving the light for the girls, and they just looked wonderful, and they represented so well.
Yes, they did a great job.
Yes,
They gave
and the
speeches.
weekend before that, we went to Dollywood, Kamaria Strings performance. They performed there at Meg Strings, performed there, and she made first chair. And so that's really exciting
That viola.
for viola. Kamaria.
Yeah, parents
And
out
I
there, it
wanna
gets better.
share.
It gets better. Those early days when y'all hearing that, you know, you're like, it gets better. Practice makes perfect. Like the spiritual first chair. So Kamaria, shout out. Kai,
Yes,
great job
Kai,
yesterday.
great job.
Represented some historical figures. And when I say that those that we celebrate our kids, not just ours, but everybody's, when you're able to stand up in front of, 500 people, 600 people and be confident,
Yep.
that's just part of what you get from being able to be in a space where you can do that on Sunday and practice. And so we got to see that and we're grateful for it. They made us very, very proud.
Very proud.
Very, very proud.
All right, so if you shared, please have several seats while the rest of us are going to stand to our feet and give a thunderous standing ovation. Okay, here we go. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe. Thank you, Lady Kanitha. Standing ovations. We are in the house today. Man, isn't it great? Isn't it great? I'd like to turn your attention as we get ready for our speaker today to today's meditation. Actually comes from a wonderful song. If you've ever heard the song All About Love from Earth, Wind, and Fire, there's a point where the song goes through a chorus, and then Maurice and the guys, they start rapping. And it's the old 70s rap. And everything has Lord have mercy, y'all, at the end. But this particular line was important because it stuck out. That's it. It's the Lord have mercy, y'all. But during this particular line, I pulled it because Spirit was saying this is something that perfectly encapsulates what our speaker is going to bring to us today about law and change. But the song says, hey, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, you gotta love you. You gotta learn all the beautiful things around you, the trees and the birds. And if there ain't no beauty, you got to make some beauty. Have mercy. Lord have mercy, y'all. I went ahead and put that in there. Turn to somebody and say, you got to make some beauty. That's what we've got. So it is received, so it is spoken, and so it is. Take a deep breath on that. And exhale. We like to sing a little song together, and we're few in numbers in the space today, but large online, and we got all this energy coming in today. So we want to send a little song into the universe. We talk about making beauty. We talk about consciousness. There are old songs that are songs of the church that bring a new consciousness and awareness when we recognize what they are. But just a verse or two to warm us up for the energy that we have today in our speaker, who is going to teach with us and then give us a chance to interact and dialogue. Is beautiful. So I invite you to come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Why don't you come and go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound? Why don't you come and go to that land? Come and go to that land. Oh, come and go to that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is joy in that land. There is joy in that land. I know that there is joy in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. I said there is joy in that land. There is joy in that land. I said that there is joy in that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is wisdom in that land. Oh, nothing but wisdom in that land. You know that there is wisdom in that land. Where I'm bound, where I'm bound, you know that there is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. You know that there is wisdom in that land where I'm bound. Oh, nothing but love in that land. Y'all, nothing but love in that land. Well, there's nothing but love in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Oh, there's nothing but love in that land. There's nothing but love in that land, y'all. There's nothing but love, oh, in that land where I'm bound. Oh, don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Y'all, don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound? Oh, where I'm bound. Oh, don't you wanna go to that land? Oh, don't you wanna go to that land? Y'all, don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound? Whew. Y'all, thank you for taking me back. It's my pleasure to introduce to some and present to others the Reverend Dr. Mitch Johnson. I call him Reverend Mitch, and he's probably got 50 pages of bios. When I asked him to send me something, he just sent me a couple of lines. So I'm going to have to embellish so y'all know who he is. Dr. Mitch Johnson started a Science of Mind Center in Nashville 35 plus years ago. And y'all, this is the bucket of the Bible Belt. So for someone to have the prescience to listen to the calling of spirit and start something that would be classified in any space from Christian science to religious science to science of mind, and to say we're going to do this in this city, there's got to be some powerful unpacking around that. But 35 plus years ago, community is still around. And although he is retired now, he still pursues his lifelong ambition of communicating the good news of new thought in healing and transforming our lives. He wants you to be reminded, this stuff really works. Let me hear everybody say, this stuff really works. Turn to somebody else, say, this stuff really works. One more time, and the people at home, type this in, this stuff really works. So when you hear a line that Reverend Mitch gives you and it's something that's good, my online people especially, I want you to retype that in the chat so we have a record of this ambience flowing and resonating from around the world. You all join me with a round of applause to the universe for welcoming up the Reverend Mitch Johnson, y'all. Ashe.
Thank you. Well, I'm not as young as I used to be, but I feel better. I told someone the other day, they said, how old are you? And I said, well, I'm in my 80s, but I tell my body, and my body believes I'm in my 60s. Amen? Yeah. Yeah. I just want to talk a little bit about the law. We call it the law of mind. It's been called the law of correspondences, the law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. It is a law. You can't change the law. The law is always a law, like gravity. If I've got my keys, for example, here, I throw them up in the air. They're going to come down because there's a law, the law of gravity, that means they're going to come down. So there is a law of mind, a law of attraction, a law of correspondences that's mentioned everywhere in all the religions. Christianity, Buddhism says your life will follow your thoughts like the movement of a wheel drawn by an ox. Wow. So we know that this law is always there. The ancient Egyptians, the Hermetic, taught this idea that as within, so without. This law always works. So I remember years ago, I was living in California, you know, the place where all these weird things happen. Yes. Yeah. And I went to a Science of Mind church for the first time. And I heard this minister speak there to this crowd. And I didn't want to go to this church, you know, because I was having a hard time. And you know, when you're having a hard time, sometimes you're so concerned with what seems to be, you can't get your mind around what can be, right? Oh, look at now, this is the fact. Right here, these are important facts I've got to pay attention to. No, you don't. In fact, the more attention you pay to that stuff, the more it's going to be in your life. So, this minister said this: whatever you are giving your attention to, you're inviting into your life. And I thought, now wait a minute. My life at that time sucked. I can't think of anything better way to put it. I didn't have enough money. I didn't have anything going for me. I didn't have this or that or all the things that you think you should have. I was going through a divorce. The world seemed to crash in. And so someone said, why don't you come to this church? And I said, nah, I was raised Baptist. I've been there, done that, and I didn't want to look at the pictures anymore. So they said, no, it's not like that. It's very positive. It's about, okay, so I went, and you know, like some people that come here sometimes when they're new, they sit at the very back, right? In case it gets too weird. Because
that's right. I kicked it out.
I'd been to a lot of things in Southern California, you know, that got a little weird. So I sat in the back, you know, with my foot like pointed toward the door. Then they're talking and they're going on. And my foot drew a little closer under me then. And I turned around and looked and I went, that makes sense to me. It made sense to me at two levels. It made sense to my head. It was kind of, well, he's talking logically. I can understand that. But more than that, it made sense to my heart. Because my heart was where the problems were. You understand? And I kept reinforcing the problems in my heart with what my head was saying. Whatever you are giving your attention to, you are inviting into your life.
Yes.
So the law is this. The law will always honor what we give our attention to, because it's a law. I can't think one thing and get something else. I can't think peace, love, and joy, and prosperity, and abundance of all kinds, and still think, yeah, but, you know, there isn't much to go around. And besides that, it's too crowded. You know, the field I want to get into is too crowded. Well, I heard that all my life. I want to tell you, I know it's going to be a shock to you. I came to Nashville to be a songwriter and a singer. Can you imagine? Well, I had started studying this stuff, and we called it the science of mind after Ernest Holmes, who wrote that book. Ernest Holmes said it's really this. He said it's really all love. So, and now we find every major religion in the world started out that way by its founders. It was simple. Let's see, it's about love and your heart and what you are giving to life as love. That's all it is. That's all you have to do. Just love yourself, love your neighbor, love life, and give love to everything. Well, why is it so hard? Because out here, in the world of appearances, everything, all the facts say don't do that. You got to have a lot of money, you got to have this, you got to have that. So I'm going to give myself a standing ovation here.
Yes, sir. Come on.
So I was this songwriter, and I started going and understanding these principles that as you think in your heart, so are you, right from the Bible. As you think in your heart, so are you. Now understand me. As you think in your heart, so how do you start thinking in your heart, so are you? I can get a book on how to change my life, right? And I can read that first page and I go, oh, okay, I got it. No, you don't. It's not in your heart. How do you get it in your heart? You have to practice it. I listened to Reverend Jeff and his lovely wife and what they've done here to get that into your heart. Are they getting it there? Yes. Well, so you are inviting into your life whatever you give your attention to. So the law will always honor what we pay attention to. So that's simply the law. So how do we use this law? Our speech, what we say, but more importantly, what we feel. I want to tell you that I got a little off here. I was going to give you one of my shout outs. So I had enough of this understanding of this stuff. I started praying. Like I say, I was doing a little better financially, and things started working out for me. So I said, I want to move to Nashville, because I started having some success writing songs living in California here in Nashville. And everybody said, you can't do that. There's no way you can do that. Everyone in Nashville only uses this kind of a writer. They only use people that come from Nashville. You'll never make it. So I started praying. And this is how I started praying. I started praying as if in my heart it was already done. No, I wasn't convincing God. God already knew it was done. Who was I convincing? Myself. Well, so at that time, I met a wonderful woman, and we got married, and she decided she was going to move to Nashville with me. So I knew I had to find something. So what happened to me? I came to Nashville for 1 week to see if I could find something. And in 1 week, I got a job with Loretta Lynn. So Loretta Lynn, and everybody said, well, how did you do that? I said, I walked in and asked for a job. But what does it say in the Bible? Spirit goeth before me to prepare the way.
That's right. That's right. Come on, man. Come on.
So it was there. And I already knew I'd find something. Now, I didn't know that it was going to be with Loretta, but I knew it was going to be something good. And so that started off my coming to Nashville. It was only later that I discovered I was really here. I was really here to teach and to start this church that talked about these same principles that Reverend Jeff gives you every week. Because they're the truth. It seems that all the facts out there, it seems that all the people, everything you see, all the negativity, that seems to be the truth, but it isn't the truth. What's the truth to you? What's in your heart? What you're willing to believe. You know, one of my favorite psalms is Psalm 34:1. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. What is he doing? What are we doing when we're blessing the Lord at all times? We're creating within our hearts, and the latest in science says within our brain, we have an enlightenment circuit. And we are making that enlightenment circuit glow. They have MRIs that show when you are practicing love and when you're practicing compassion, when you're practicing joy, when you're practicing caring, kindness, when you're practicing gratitude. These light up. And the more you practice, the more they light up, and the more they light up, more nerve tissue is formed until that becomes the way you see life. You changed your body. Do you understand? That's how powerful we are. So healing is not a big deal if you understand it can be done. So creating whatever it is you want to create is not a big deal if you understand it can be done. So creating a great love life is not a big deal if you understand it can be done. Can I get an amen? That's my old Baptist days coming out. You know.
Yes, sir.
I will bless the Lord. And you know, just substitute the word law for Lord. I will bless the law at all times. Its praise shall continually be in my mouth.
Come on, Mitch. Come on, Mitch.
How do I praise continually? You know, just turn to someone next to you and say, I bless you and praise you. For the goodness of God in you, I bless you and praise you. Yes. And if you're out there listening to us and you don't have anybody to turn to, go look in the mirror. Say, I bless you and praise you. And for the goodness of God in you, I bless you and praise you. And feel it in your heart. See, we know now that your heart is a center of energy, a field of energy, really, that extends all the way out and touches everything, including the screen. It touches everything. So you're connected. And did you know that in your heart you actually have brain cells? Brain cells are in your heart. Now think about what that means. It means your brain and your heart are connected. But too many times we have allowed our brains to view what seems to be and cut off our heart from seeing what can be. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Spirit speaking to you right now, Doc. He's speaking to you.
I will bless the law at all times. You know when? I went to a so-called Joe Dispenza advanced retreat. It was for a week. And it was good. I enjoyed it. There were healings that happened there. But what I found with this night, you know, and I paid $2,000 to hear this, so I'm going to give it to you free. You must change your perception with a new conception. The move from your perception of the world as a hard place or as something that's hard to do must be changed to a conception of yourself as the very person who can do it. Now understand, that's not hard at all. That's simply a willingness to practice it. See, we were praising each other, right? And praising the goodness of God in you, and that's a good thing. But you understand something. God doesn't need your praise. He already got it all. Or she does. Or it does. I don't care. You need your praise. And you need to do it continuously. The more you praise the Lord, the more you will have to praise the Lord about. The more you praise the law, the more you will have to praise. Why is that? Because the law is what you give your attention to becomes more in your life.
That's right.
So if your perception, you have to move from perception of the world as being this difficult place, which we all get, to a conception of yourself as being a wonderful person in it. And that feeling in your heart that life is good. So what I was going to give you from my experience with the Joe Dispenza week-long retreat is that your heart is infinitely connected to your brain, which is, and all of it is infinitely connected to all that is. You want to call it the quantum field? Okay. Call it spirit. Call it God. Call it life. So all of the information, this was a hard one for me to get. But the quantum field, the infinite, is infinite. That means all of the information you could ever need to create anything you desire in your life already exists.
Already.
The information is already there. The information for me to get a job in Nashville when I came here was already there. The information for me to help build a church based on these ideas was already there. I just have to align my heart to that idea. And all that required was, I will bless the Lord at all times. And His praise shall continuously be in my mouth. Well, what does that mean? Life is a good thing, isn't it? Can I get a witness about somebody here about how life is a good thing? Can I get a witness about somebody here who started knowing in their heart that life is a good thing? Can I get a witness about somebody here who believes they are wonderful? Can I get a witness from somebody here who's willing to tell me how wonderful they are and I am? Because we're all the same thing. Are we not? Say this, I am. Wonderful. Now turn to that other person and so are you. So that's how you have praise continuously in your mouth. Because you see, you are doing something to your body. You are doing something to your body. You're actually creating new nerve bundles in your brain that align themselves as though what you desire is already so. You see, the law of attraction works this way. The energy that comes from you is a vibration of energy, right? And the law of attraction says the same energy is attracted back to the same energy, right? So when you start believing it already exists, something already exists, and you start building those nerve fibers in your brain and in your body, you become a place where they can happen. Am I making any sense? You are molding your body into being that happy place, that joyous place, that grateful place, where good, grateful, joyous things can happen. Now, Dr. Dispenza had all kinds of MRIs and stuff to show how this worked. But you see, it works by simply applying yourself with love in your heart to what you want. It works by feeling good. I mean, isn't it simple? You want to create something new? First of all, start feeling good about life. And I heard, I had many people over the years come to me and say, "Oh, but you don't know what I'm going through, Dr. Mitch." No, and I don't want to know. You get to know it because you're going through it. You mentioned Edwin Gaines, and one of my favorite things that Edwin Gaines said one time was, she was talking to a group of women who were all, going through a divorce or something. And she said, "You know why he left you?" And they say, "No, he didn't like you." Now, do you want someone in your life you didn't like you? No. I love that. So, once again, Book of Romans, one of my favorite verses. God calleth those things that are not as though they were. Now, who's God in your life? Just hold your arms up in the air. There you are, God. How does it feel to be God? I bet it feels good. So, how do I start feeling good? Okay, I don't care what you're going through. I had someone in my office once and was counseling them, And this is what I said. Okay, I heard you talk. I give him 5 minutes to talk about what's wrong, you know, and how awful it is. Then I say, just close your eyes and think. Now, you think of something you love. You know, it might be a pet, might be a place, might be a person. But just do that now. Just close your eyes. And just think of that person, place, thing, something you love. Just do it. It's a memory there. And when you do it, raise your hand. Tell me you got it. Okay. You can come back now. Now I want you to understand the incredible, powerful process you just did to your body. You just created oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, the good feeling molecules, and you activated some nerves that were working in that memory and brought that picture to you. Now, I'm here to tell you that if you still do activate that picture and other pictures like it, those nerves will grow. That serotonin, that oxytocin will grow. And as that grows and becomes more prominent in your life, you start feeling good.
That's right. That's right.
It doesn't matter what happens out here. The only thing that matters is what happens in here. As within, Hermetic teaching, so without. Or as Jesus taught, as you think, or in the Old Testament, as you think in your heart, so are you. So, I will bless the law at all times, and its praise shall be continuously in my mouth. And that gives you the chance to do what? What's in my mouth? Do I want to give attention to that? Do I want more of that in my life? No. I want less. So I'm here this morning to ask you to move from a perception that there might be something wrong to a new concept, the conception that there isn't anything really wrong. There is only some wonderful, joyous, happy, positive, good thinking to do and good feeling to have in my heart. For example, I deserve to be lavishly abundant. How about you?
Yes. Yes.
See, it's got to be deep. I deserve to be lavishly abundant.
Yes.
Okay, you ready? Get your arms ready, because, stand up. And then point to your heart when you say it. I deserve. You can say it after me if you want. I deserve. To be lavishly. Abundant. Healthy. Joyous. And in love. That shall be continuously in my mouth. You deserve the best. Okay. I don't know how much time we have. But since we're talking about the law and what's in your heart, I just want you to get it clear that you have the opportunity every minute of every day to put that warm, loving thought into your body.
Yes.
And the more you put it into your body,
Yes.
the more you will change your body until it becomes that place that only sends out the vibration of love and joy and abundance. And that will automatically, by law, bring experiences like that
That's right. That's right.
back to you.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
You understand.
That's right.
I hope you understand. The law is inexorable. You can't change the law. It's always the law.
That's right.
But you can change your relationship to it.
That's it.
So instead of being, well, I hope they like me. Or I hope it works out. Oh, I wish we had somebody else in power. Or, oh, gee, I'll be happy when. No, you won't. You got to be happy now so that when will be happy. So the law is inexorable. I used to get up in the morning and I'd say, this is the day the Lord hath made, and I will rejoice in it.
Be glad in it.
Yes. Okay. I probably said enough. But please, 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 if I can ever say one thing that changes one heart, that changes your mind today, that's what I want to do. Because there's nothing more important in this life than one more soul starts loving, because it'll spread out from us.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I'm not trying to get Methodist to become this or Baptist to become, I'm not
right.
concerned with that.
That's right.
I'm concerned with more love from my heart, because I know, and I've seen it in my life, I know that that love will find itself somewhere else. And that love will grow.
Yes.
And that love will grow. And that love will grow. Until the whole world can change.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Now, that's the truth. You just heard
Right
it.
there, man.
Well, say this: I love you.
I love you.
I love life. I love myself. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
And so it is.
And so it is. Y'all give a round of applause for Pastor Mitch, man. Reverend Mitch.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm going to invite you over here to the seat, Dr. Mitch. We're going to
Okay.
take a couple minutes because I know there may be some folks with some questions here and online.
Okay.
Go ahead and have a seat, and you can keep your mic on. And listen, if you're online, I'm going to go ahead and I got one mic in the back there, Tony, the yellow mic, that we can make sure that we get around. And first off, I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. For those who don't know, we attended for years. We would go back and forth. Sometimes we try to find places, and Center for Spiritual Living was one place. And at the time, Reverend Mitch was the spiritual leader, was the pastor, and it was a good affirming place where we could find some of these values here in Nashville. That moment of transition from songwriter into spiritual leader. And of course, I know it never left you, because the gifts, they kind of come together, they stay together. But I first of all want to say, knowing now after 10 or 11 years of how this goes in this space of creating something new, thank you so much for listening to the call in your spirit to actually put something into the world that has made a difference. And if nobody said that publicly in a while, let me say thank you for that on behalf of all humanity, because I know it's tough to start. And I want to start there just briefly and then go to a couple of points you have. I want to say that if you got here, prepare your question. We'll get a microphone to you. If you are online, of course, go ahead and type your name into the chat or type your question in the chat. Or if you want to follow up with something that Reverend Mitch said, by all means, this is your moment to do so. I will read it so we can get it answered. Do not waste this opportunity to get some of this ancient wisdom from this youthful wisdom that we have in the space today. The toughest challenge you had in a city like Nashville, buckle of the Bible Belt, what's the toughest challenge you had launching that spiritual community and getting people to operate from a space of thinking that they have the good in an environment where people think naturally, we use the word sinners, something is wrong with us innately?
The greatest challenge was to deal with my old stuff. The greatest challenge was to understand. I used to feel like when I first started, I thought, I look at the huge church that would be on the street, it would be filled on Sunday morning, and I'd think, man, I wonder why I can't do that. And of course the thought came to me, because you think you can't. And so that's an eye opening. So when the eye opens, you start to see that I don't have anything to do with that. I have to do with what I have to do. If I want to create something, what's the old saying? If it is to be, it's up to me. So that's the truth. And that's always the truth. And you'll find that in your experience of life, whatever seems to be the difficulty, there's something going on in you that believes it. That's a hard one, dear ones. I know.
Yeah, that's a hard
I've been there and done that. It is a hard one. Yet it frees us. It enables us to see, I have a choice here. Am I praising continuously in my mouth? Or am I bitching? Am I praising continuously in my mouth and heart? Or am I seeing what's wrong instead of seeing what's right?
Let me unpack something on that. What do you deal with? How do you address this? And I'm just going to personify this as a question as a person. I'm not negative. I'm just a realist.
So that will really be your experience of life then. No.
Right.
No. No. No, I would say this. I understand what you're saying. I would say exactly this. From my experience of life, facts presented to us are realistic, right? This is a fact, and this is a fact, and this is a fact. But I want you to notice something in the history of education, in the history of the world, in the history of science in particular, in the history of religion. Facts change. It's a fact that it took, several hundred years when people started finally getting kind of educated, that they thought the world was flat. And there's still some folks that think that, I guess.
Sure.
But now we know it's round, it's a globe, it's one of... So, facts can change. It used to be that the religion and the scientists of the day back in the Middle Ages thought that the sun and everything else revolved around the earth, because now, after all, that's where we were. Then we found, no, we're much bigger than just this sun and this. In fact, we revolve around the sun, and then they found there's all these other suns. And then they found, you want to be awestruck? If you could travel at the speed of light, which is 186,000 some odd miles per second.
Sure.
Miles per second, that's pretty fast. It would take 100,000 years to go from one end of the Milky Way galaxy to the other.
Just our galaxy. Just our galaxy.
Yes.
Yeah.
100,000.
Now, there's about 1 billion other galaxies. Excuse me. Do we have any water?
You got one on the way to you right now.
When I talk, I know you never have this problem.
Oh, man, you kidding me? When you think about the immense as you get in the water,
Okay,
just the
thank you.
immense
See, I prayed for
scope
that.
of it. There it is. You spoke it. There it is. It was already on the way. The information was already in the universe, and it was already there. But just the immensity of that galaxy in terms of the facts and where we are, 100,000 years at the speed of light just to get to one side of our galaxy to the next. And then I'll let you go back in.
It's all a lot bigger than we thought we were. But you're connected to all of it. So when I tell you that the information is there, see, that's just, here's one for you. This universe. Because scientists now say we live in a multiverse.
Yes.
Where all kinds of things that we can't even imagine already exist. So all of that information is available to us when we open our hearts and minds to the possibility of it.
And the space where facts change. Grab a microphone if y'all have got a question. Tony can hand it to somebody if they need to ask a question. And right now to start, just raise your hand. Tony will bring you a mic. And by all means, unpack this. Terrell online says, what's one of your go-to practices or affirmations when you're in a low space?
I really like. Things are always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. And you know, just saying it once or twice isn't going to do it, folks. You want to get it in your heart. You want to get it in your brain. You want to build new nerve tissue that corresponds to it. What, 1,000 times too many? In my experience of life, I've seen when people don't get what they said they wanted, it's because they didn't do it enough. They didn't persist in it. They didn't practice it enough. I mean, we could tell you stories of people who practiced and got it, but I want you to get it. That it's simply a question of everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. I'll give you an affirmation. I love myself. I believe in myself. And I deserve the very best life has to offer. So if you start saying that enough times, something starts happening in your heart. Something starts happening in your nerve tissue. And you start becoming a place where that can happen. Once again, continuously
The key word.
in your mouth. I love myself. I believe in myself. And I deserve the very best that life has to offer. So does everyone else.
Talk about that spirit of competition that we sometimes see, because we're in a world that's inundated with imagery. Social media is different now. You get to see people's greatest hits
Yeah.
a lot of times every single day instead of the average everyday life. I think about an influencer I saw who was overwhelmed, and she was on a show, and she was saying she had all of these thousands of followers, and the pressure became so hard on her as a 20-something-year-old because she felt as if she was living a lie. She was in 500 square feet, which is probably half the size of this room, and it was full of junk, but she had one tiny corner that she had decorated and tricked out to make it look like this immaculate space. So she was living this pretend line on the phone, on the internet, and eventually it just reversed itself, because in reality, people were trying to base their lives aspirationally on what they perceived her life to be, and it wasn't even true. So when you're dealing with that, how do we deal with moments where we are comparing ourselves in real world to what we see through an alternate reality that may have been created for us?
I'm going to say it again. The only thing that I know of to do is to be persistent in your dream, whatever it is. To have that idea, that picture, those words, that affirmation, and to have it enough time so that you start feeling it, and there will come a place. I'll give you an example. It's from Joe Dispenza, and from his book, you can read it. He had a book called "You Are the Placebo," and in his book, he was a young man, a young doctor, I guess, and he was participating in a triathlon. And he was at the bike riding thing when a SUV hit his bike and knocked him up in the air, and then ran over him and broke his back in several places. And so they said, well, we'll have to put these so-called Harrington rods in your body, on your back, and you may not ever walk again, but if you do, it will be really slow and painful. And in fact, they had him laid in like a massage table with his head down. He couldn't move, right? He's just laying this way. And they said, so that's the only thing we can do for you. And he knew enough about anatomy, and he had enough metaphysical knowledge that he started saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to heal my back. So, he found this. He would try, he had nothing else to do, right? Mm-hmm. So he would try to see the cells healing his back. Now, the first time, he didn't believe it. But he said, I knew that I'd have to be persistent. So every time. So eventually, he got to the spot where he could see for 5 minutes that healing. And then he'd wander off to, oh my God, but they said I'm going to do this. And his dad was going to have him committed at one point because he thought he was crazy to try and heal himself. But he kept at it. And then he said, and I got to the point where I could do a half hour of seeing that. And the more I persisted in it, I finally got to the point where I was 45 minutes and something clicked. Something clicked in him. Well, make a long story short, he got so he could see his body being healed. He got so he could feel what it was like to stand up straight and walk. Important. He had himself in the picture as if it was already done. That's exactly what Jesus taught. When you pray, believe you have received.
That's right.
And it shall be done.
That's right.
It's exactly what Jesus taught. And so he persisted in that. Well, long story short, 3 months later, a so-called miracle had happened. He was up and running. He was weightlifting.
Wow.
He went back to his practice. And through his experience of that, he said, I knew then that anybody could do anything they truly set their heart out to do if they would simply persist. Continuously in their mouth, praise and blessings for what it was you want. Make sense?
It makes all the sense in the world. We had a question here from space here. Raise your hand so I can get you the microphone. Don't miss this opportunity. What question do you have? Question or comment? You best, okay, right over here. Tony's gonna turn that mic. I think the mic's on. Oh, and I want the people at home, because you're gonna ask a good question.
Well, actually, I don't
There
have
it
a
is.
question.
Oh,
I had a
comment. There it
comment.
is. All right.
No, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing this and giving us this confirmation that we needed to hear. It's always good to hear a message that we've been already learning and studying, but hearing it again from somewhere different or someone different is just extra reaffirming. So just thank you.
Thank you.
And we didn't coordinate. So I'm sitting here getting it in real time too, Dr. Mitch. And one of the things that I like about what you said was whatever you're giving attention to, you are inviting into your life.
That's right.
And, unpack that, because again, if you think about it, and we talk about this movie, it's a popular movie, but it's very much centered around an invitation, right? Like you can't have anything come into your space without an invitation. So when you're giving attention to it, you're actually willfully inviting it
That's
to
right.
appear.
Because you are this being of energy that's constantly vibrating energy. So you start vibrating with your attention what you want, what you desire, and that means it will start coming to you. You just have to get past all of the reasons why you can't have it. See, why is it that the news is so everyone's got to. I talked to a fellow the other day, gets up in the morning, he's got to turn on the news the first thing. It's all negative.
It is. It is.
It's all about what was wrong last night and what could go wrong, and because they've captured there's a part of your brain called the amygdaloid process, which is really concerned with what could go wrong. I mean, in the caveman days, it saved us from, being eaten or something. We're the ones who survived.
Right.
But so now we have evolved to where we start realizing with our prefrontal cortex and our enlightenment circuit that we can develop these areas so that will be our experience of life. In community and in life, period.
All right. Anybody else had anything they wanted to add before we wrap it? All right. Give me a round of applause, y'all, for Reverend Mitch.
Thank you.
It's been an awesome time, an awesome moment of service. And Dr. Mitch, we appreciate you. taking the time to come out to Infinity and everything that you've done. And I want to say publicly that I appreciate the fact that when there are those times, this is one of the people that I call on, y'all. Y'all know when you have community exists here, it exists at CSL, but it also exists with people who are out here ushering in this new era where people get along and they don't accept the old way of doing things, but a new way where we say there is a better life. The better life is here. I am living this. So thank you for those contributions that you put into the world, and thank you for stopping by Infinity Fellowship today.
Thank you for having me.
Bless you, bless you, bless you, y'all. All right. As we head to close out service, y'all, I want to invite y'all to rise with me in the space today. We're just going to, wherever we are, to just take a deep breath, place your hands over your heart, close your eyes, bow your head, as we give thanks in this gratitude moment together. As we begin to move forward into this world that awaits our light, we give thanks to you, Divine Source, for this wonderful day that we've had at Infinity Fellowship. Thank you for the messenger that you gave us and the persona of Reverend Dr. Mitch Johnson. What a wonderful way to understand that we can't change the law, but we can change ourselves. Thank you for the understanding that the law, that the Lord, that love will continually be in our mouth as praises, that we get the opportunity right now to call into manifestation and existence that which we focus on. And in this moment, we focus on the good right now. We receive the good. In this court of thanksgiving, we find you. And from this space of resonance, in this high space of love, we proclaim that the lessons that we learn today will be enacted in our lives continually. That the energy that we receive today from this fellowship will continue to help us move through the world in a positive and loving way. And when we face those obstacles, we remember in this moment that we deserve love. We remember in this moment that we deserve abundance. We remember in this moment that we deserve happiness and joy, and that we are attracting those things to us in the right now. That our frequency is renewed right now for the good. And that we move from this place into the world that awaits the light, sharing with others. That our brains are lit up in expectation and joy. And for these things, we give thanks. We speak that all of this good will be continually shared, and that love will manifest in a powerful and positive way. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Deep breath in, exhale and release. It is done. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. All right, let's sing a little bit of our song as we go on out of here. We invite you at home to share in the chat something good with somebody. We want you to speak something good into somebody's life. We want you to just pick on somebody in a good way in the chat. So tag somebody in the chat as we get ready to get on out of here and speak something good into someone's lives. As we get ready to prepare in this place, our minds, we recognize that even singing is an affirmation. We get to affirm that we are all family, as the words on the screen will say. We invite you to fellowship with one another afterwards as well. Dr. Mitch will be in the lobby, so we're going to have some food and refreshment for our body, and it's going to be nourishing and fun. And so we invite you to sing these words aloud. If you're at home, stand on up with us, and let's sing our song. If today's a brighter day, and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. a brighter day, and we are on our way. Then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, yeah, y'all sound good. Remember yesterday, and yet today's a day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. One more time, that part again. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God keeps reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the wisdom of the ancestors, the infinite and abundant power of the universe rest, rule, rock, and abide with you, henceforth, now, and forevermore. Let us sing together. Amen, amen. Hotep Shalom, Namaste, Hashem. Let's go forth in love and peace. Hug on somebody, love on somebody, y'all. We love you. That's a fact you cannot change. See you next week virtually, Yoga Sunday. And of course, first Sunday at Infinity. Rev Jeff, we love y'all. That's a fact you cannot change. Peace and love.